1 year and 1 million views later, which one of these mowers am I still using and which one of them have been permanently retired? Honestly, I didn't see this one coming. Let's talk about it. So I've put these lawnmowers through the paces, and my son was 2 weeks old at that point, and now he's 1.5 years old. And it's like, where in the world did time go? A lot has changed in my life, but a lot has changed with my impression of these mowers as well. So quick reminder, when I tested these mowers, I tested them on things like run time. So I did the mower mile where I walked with each one of these lawnmowers through my neighborhood with fully charged batteries. It was quite ridiculous, got a lot of funny looks, but I just wanted to see which one of these mowers would run the longest. So I did that, and then I did the bog down showdown to test the power that each one of these motors put out, or these mowers put out. There's a field by my house where I ran all 5 of these lawnmowers through it and tried to see which one of them would bog down last. And then I tested them on cut efficiency. So I spray painted 5 long strips in my backyard white and let them grow up real tall so that I could see which one of these lawnmowers lifted the grass blades the best and then were cut like super efficiently. That was to measure how well they cut just under normal circumstances. And then I tested the charge time because, like the mower mile, it's important to know how long your mower will run for, but also once you exhaust those batteries, how long does it take to recharge those batteries? So I tested the charging efficiency of each one of those battery platforms and then also compared the cost of each one. So all 5 of those together enabled me to rank each one of these mowers 5th place all the way up to the top. The results of the challenge last year were the Makita came in last. It was like by far the worst. It had terrible run time, terrible charge time. The whole thing was really bad. It was like honestly pretty expensive too for being that bad. And then 4th place was that Ryobi. Didn't perform super well either, especially on the cut check. The bog down showdown, I'm gonna be honest, I messed up the run time. I didn't flip the battery over. The key for the battery, which is a pain. All these other brands have seemed to figure it out, but Ryobi, like, you have to flip over the key. Pretty annoying. That one came in 4th, and honestly, even if I had flipped it over, I've done the math on it, it really wouldn't have changed the position of where it came. And the mower that finished in 3rd place, this is where things kind of got a little congested up at the top, but 3rd by a hair was Ego. It performed really well in most of the challenges. It came in 1st or 2nd in most of the challenges except for the mower mile. It didn't perform, I think it was 2nd to last in the mower mile. So that's what really killed it, in my opinion. So the Ego is 3rd. Just a hair above the Ego was the Milwaukee. That one did really well. Again, that one basically won everything except for the cost. It was super expensive. It still is pretty expensive. It's like $1,000 with the batteries. So that one was really good. And I guess the thing that hurt the Milwaukee was the charge time. Took a while for those jumbo batteries to charge. And then the winner of that challenge was the Greenworks. Basically came in 1st or 2nd, all of them. The only one that it kind of struggled with was the bog down showdown. Came in 3rd, I think, if I remember correctly, but it did really well. So that's kind of how they finished. How would I re-rank them a year later? Makita still at the bottom, but like I maybe used that a handful of times just to see, like, did I do something wrong? No, it was awful. And then in that 4th spot, I know this is insane, but and I feel really bad about saying this, but probably the Greenworks. That thing completely basically disintegrated after the first month or 2 of using it. I probably have 12 Greenworks batteries just across all my tools. I probably went through 6 of them with that tool. For some reason, they would just short out, cut out. I don't know what the deal was with those batteries. And then the internal components of the mower just, like, some of it stopped working. I'd be mowing and then all of a sudden the mower would just cut out. The thing has honestly been a nightmare for me. I would say right out of the box, it's a really good mower, but from my experience, it did not stand the test of time. And then moving up a slot is that Ryobi. Gonna move into 3rd place. It's really held up pretty well. The downfall is just the performance. Its durability is there. So if you're cool with, maybe you have a smaller piece of property that you can mow a couple times every time you're mowing, the Ryobi was really good. And if you're already on the Ryobi platform with maybe you have a Ryobi blower or string trimmer, it's honestly held up really well. It's not one that I use a lot because I feel like it's built like a tank. It doesn't feel very maneuverable at all. It's kind of a little bit heavier. But all in all, I wouldn't say it's a bad mower. 2nd place, moving up a slot too. The Ego has been one of my favorites. I use it intermittently, just when it's positioned well in my garage or my shed. If I've got to pull out the mower and mow this strip over here that I've killed, or over here, you know, and I'm not using the zero turn, I'll use that Ego. I really, really, really like the Ego in terms of durability. The batteries, I've never had one die on me. Not die, I mean like bite the dust to where I couldn't use the battery anymore. Those have been awesome batteries. I really like the Ego. The only reason I wouldn't put that up at the top probably is just because Ego is only outdoor power equipment, really. So if I want to use this battery on a drill or something, I can't use it. So that's kind of the downfall of Ego, in my opinion. And number one, I know this is crazy, but the Milwaukee, again, the breadth of tools on the Milwaukee platform is unmatched, obviously, in comparison to Ego and Ryobi, really. Milwaukee is kind of like the standard in terms of battery powered tools, in my opinion. But with that mower itself, it's the steel deck. It hasn't, in my opinion, I haven't seen a drop in performance. It's my go-to. Like for this, for example, I reseeded my lawn in the front and back, and I need a mower that's lighter, obviously, than my zero turn. I don't want to put something heavy on it right now. And that's what I use to cut. It's exactly where I would re-rank these mowers a year later. Guys, thanks so much for checking out this week's video. If you haven't watched the video yet, you can check it out here. And then I did a fall guide that I think would be really helpful if you're looking to restart your lawn. It's not too late, depending on where you live in the country. So check out that video. Guys, until next time, keep cutting. See y'all again. Peace.